This chapter is taken from the book Money, Present and Future by Patric Chan. You can learn more at moneypresentandfuture.com today. Enjoy this free chapter.
The power of starting early. A journey of growth, mistakes, and compounding. Looking back at my journey, I sometimes kick myself for not starting earlier. If I knew then what I know now about investing, I would have been miles ahead in my financial journey. But alas, wisdom often comes with time and experience. And the best thing we can do is share these lessons with those at the start of their journey. Let's talk about starting early. Starting early in investment isn't just about putting money into some stocks or bonds while you're still in your 20s. It's about these two things: acquiring knowledge and gaining experience through making mistakes. Think of it as learning a new language. When you first start, you're an absolute beginner. You struggle with pronunciation, stumble over grammar, and can barely string together a simple sentence. But as you practice, you start to understand the nuances and the sentence structure. You make many mistakes, mispronounce words, and use the wrong verb tense, but you learn from those mistakes. Eventually, you become fluent, converse effortlessly, and understand complex texts. Investing is no different. When you start early, it's like being a beginner in a new language. You might make some mistakes initially, pick the wrong stocks, or sell at the wrong time. But every mistake is a lesson in disguise, and every lesson makes you a more fluent speaker in the language of investing. The earlier you start, the more time you have to learn, make mistakes, and become proficient investors. Starting early also fosters financial discipline. It's like signing up for a marathon. You start training months in advance, gradually building up your stamina. You can't slack off or skip training sessions because you know that every bit of effort you put in now will determine your performance on race day. Similarly, when you start investing early, you commit to regularly setting aside a part of your income, cultivating discipline. The other benefit of starting early is that it allows you to take more risks. As the saying goes, fortune favors the bold. When you're younger, you can afford to invest in high-risk, high-return assets like stocks or cryptos because you have more time to recover from any potential losses. This won't be the case if you start investing later in life when your risk tolerance is lower, right? Let's talk about Elon Musk's story, although it's not about investment but entrepreneurship. His story is an excellent example of someone who lost a lot early in his career but bounced back quickly because of his age, determination, and perseverance. As you probably know, Elon Musk is known as the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla. But his journey to success was filled with many failures and losses. In the late 1990s, after selling his first company, Zip2, Musk launched an online payment company called X.com. Despite initial success, the company faced fierce competition and was on the verge of bankruptcy. In 2001, Musk was ousted from his CEO position. He was devastated and his professional future seemed uncertain. But because he was still in his early 30s, Musk had time on his side. He took this failure as a learning experience and didn't lose heart. He knew he had the energy, time, and determination to start over. In 2002, X.com was rebranded as PayPal and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Musk, as the largest shareholder, walked away with $165 million. Instead of retiring, Musk took his earnings and reinvested them into his next ventures, SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity. With SpaceX, Musk faced another series of failures. The first 3 rocket launches failed, and the company was on the brink of bankruptcy again. But in 2008, the 4th launch succeeded, and SpaceX won a $1.6 billion contract from NASA. Today, Musk is one of the wealthiest people in the world, but he wouldn't have reached this point if he hadn't started early, taken risks, and learned from his failures. His story exemplifies the power of starting early in investment and entrepreneurship. Despite the losses and failures, he had the time to learn, adapt, and ultimately succeed. The second reason to start early is the magic of compounding. The earlier you start, the more time your investments have to grow and multiply. Even if you invest smaller amounts, starting early can lead to significant growth over time. Let's put some numbers to it. Suppose you invest $100 monthly with an average annual return of 7%. If you start at age 20 and continue until age 40, you will have invested $24,000. But thanks to compounding, your investment would have grown to around $70,000. Now, let's consider someone who starts at age 30 and invests the same amount until age 40. They would have invested $12,000, which would have grown to around $16,500. The 10-year head start results in a difference of over $50,000. Imagine the difference when you extend this to age 50 or 60. The point here isn't to intimidate you or make you feel like it's too late if you didn't start in your early 20s. I didn't start in my 20s either. Instead, it highlights the incredible power of starting early, whatever early may mean for you. So, the best time to start is now, whether you're 20, 30, 40, or even 50. Acquire the knowledge, make those mistakes, and let your investments grow and multiply. You too can reach your financial goals by starting early. Just embrace the journey and let the magic of starting early and compounding do their work. After all, there is always time to become the investor you might have been.